Shalom, shalom, Yasharala, shalom, giving all honor and glory to Abba Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Abashiach, Barakathai, the Hawada for the Rakah Kwadash, the Hawada for our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Yaquab, the Hawada for the elect men of the house of David, the 144,000, the men that's out in the highways and the byways doing this work in sincerity and in truth, presenting their bodies a living sacrifice, holy and acceptable unto Abba Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah Mashabarakatai, the Hawada for the Yaikwat, the children of Yasharala, Shalawam Barakatai, the Hawada. Well, this is another meek service report, another trumpet being blown, sounding the alarm in Zion. You're going to see this wicked Jake trusting in oppression. And you can see the weakness in these 2/3 of Yasharala of Israel, you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans with entertainer nigga descent. You have these Edomites in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, separating themselves from the so-called blacks, have created their own city, their own district, all so-called white people, all Edomites. Okay? And there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with it because the Most High is all about separation. But Jake want to cleave to Esau Edom. Okay, they want to continue to cleave to Esau, continue to join hand in hand, continue to trust in oppression. And it's going to be the confusion, and it's going to be his shame. See, when you trust in this system, this democracy, this voting system, this political system, this political spectrum, when you trust in what USA have to offer, and you're not trusting in the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob as a Hebrew Israelite, well, it's going to be your shame. It's going to be your demise. And you see it time and time and time again. And if you awaken, and if you in the truth as an Israelite, as Yasharallah, you can see the epitome of our people. How they have became natural born slaves here in the daughter of Babylon. Our people don't have a kingdom mentality. The Hebrew Israelite men, the 2/3, their mindset is not kingdom mentality. It's natural born slave mentality. Waiting on what Esau gonna do for me. You see, this is foolishness, Yashavala. It's abominable. Okay? For an Israelite man to trust in Esau Edom. You see? Okay, when this man has a perpetual hatred toward you, Yashavala. Okay, so let's get some precept. We're going to check out this clip. It's about Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Once again, you're going to check out the clip and say wealthy white Louisiana residents win right to split. You see, split means separation. It means divide, to separate. And the Most High is all about that. I'm going to pull out precepts from Baton Rouge and form their own city. So they have formed their own city. And all this Jake is worrying about is the school district and the school. These Edomites ain't doing that for no damn school district. Not saying they don't have no element or nothing to do with it, but the main reason why they doing it is to separate from these ninjas, these wicked ass Israelites, these so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans with any type of Negro descent. And Jake and Eve need to come in that same spirit and separate by serving the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. That's how you separate, by repenting, as it says in Acts 3:19, being therefore converted and coming back to the law, statutes, commandments, and judgment, and testimonies, coming back to your heritage, coming back to your power. Abba Yahweh, he is, he exists, he is to be, and his only begotten Son, who the world ignorantly and intentionally called Jesus Christ, who's a so-called black man, Yahweh Shai of Mashiach, the great redeemer of Yasharallah. See, that's how you separate. But 2/3 ain't going to do that, right? They're going to continue to trust in oppression. Let's come out with some precepts, Yasharallah. I don't plan on being too long with this one, but I want to put some meat on it. Let's see. Phone acting up. It's okay. We'll get to it. We'll make it happen. All right. So let's go to the book of Jeremiah. Let's start there. Let's start in Jeremiah 2:14. The Most High say, is Israel a servant? Is he a homeborn slave? You see? Is Yasharallah a servant? Is he a homeborn slave? Why is he spoiled? And this is wrong with you so-called black men who are the Jews, who are the biblical Jews, the only Jews from the nation of Israel, the nation of Yasharallah. They have become natural born slaves here in Babylon, here in Rome, here in Greece, here in Samaria. You see, here in Nineveh, here in Sodom and Gomorrah, they have become natural born slaves. Okay? All right? The Most High say in the book, also in Jeremiah 17 and 5, the Most High say, thus said the Elohim, curse be the man that trusted in man. See, our people trust in Esau Edom. They trust in their lover, the so-called white man. They trust in their government. They trust in their electoral officials, the politicians. They trust in them with all their heart, mind, soul, and strength. Thus said the Elohim Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah Mashiach, Barakatai. Curse mean voted and fit to destruction. Be the man that trusted in man and make it flesh his arm. See? And whose heart, which is their mind and soul, departed from the Elohim. So they have made flesh their arm, their power. He have made voting his power. You see? And the Most High say you curse as a Hebrew Israelite, man, woman, when you do that. Okay? All right? So the Most High is all about separation. Okay? All right? Let's get that in the book of Deuteronomy 32 and 8. The Most High say, when the Most High divided to the nations their inheritance, when he separated. See, separated to mean to be separate and set apart. That's what they're doing in Baton Rouge, right? The so-called white race, the Caucasians, the Edomite, they separating themselves. But that's what they're supposed to do. You see, but Jake and them having an issue with it because they have made America their place of rest. When the Most High say, this is not your rest. This is not our place of rest. This is not the end all be all. America is not the end all be all for the Israelites. When the Most High divided to the nations their inheritance, when he separated the sons of Adam, we all came out of Adam. He set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel, you see. For the Elohim portion is his people, Jacob. See, Israel is his portion. The Most High portion is the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, where anytime he don't even sit, and where we've been scattered in the four corners of the earth, right? The lot of his inheritance. But our people want to continue to join hand in hand because they have made America their place of rest. Let's get that in the book of Micah, chapter 2 and verse 10. The Most High say, arise. In the Hebrew, the Paleo, we say, quam. Quam, it's time to quam. Quam ye and depart, for this is not your rest. You see, America is not your rest. When something is not your rest, then you look forward to the next stop, the next move, the next place. See, America is not your place of rest, Israel. We got a kingdom that awaits us. A new heaven, a new earth, a new Jerusalem. But if you don't have a kingdom mentality, if your mentality is of a natural born slave, you ain't gonna make it. You're gonna catch that fire here in your place of rest, USA. In World War III, you're gonna catch them nukes. You're gonna be missile food. The Most High say, arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. America's polluted. Why are you making this your place of rest? It shall destroy you even with a sword destruction. And that's why these Jakes, these two Jakes in this video, this clip you're going to check out, they destroyed. This is why they destroyed. Because they have made USA their place of rest. They have made Rome their place of rest. Because America's every empire in one. See, they want to continue to join hand in hand. We're going to get that. Let's watch some of this clip. Let's check it out.
Joining us for our second half hour, the Factor Uncensored. The headlines from the national media are eye-grabbing at best. Wealthy white Louisiana residents split from Baton Rouge to form their own city. But is race a real issue at the core of this municipal secession? The 86,000 residents who are forming their own city in St. George, Louisiana say it's about better schools for their children and better city services. Baton Rouge is more than 50% black.
You think this is about better schools and better? Come on, Israel. You think that's what it's all about? 2 Corinthians. See, when you paying attention, when the Most High woke you up, you know what the hell going on. The Most High say, let's see, that's what I want. The Most High say, let Satan should get an advantage of us. You see, the us are the Israelites. For we are not ignorant of his devices. Satan, Tashatan, is Esau Edom, your lover. Because Satan means adversary. It means to go against. To go against who? Abba Yahweh and his only begotten son, Yahweh Shai, and the Israelites. You see, the 12 tribes. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his device. You're not supposed to be ignorant of this man's devices. Let's continue on with that clip.
And those who are against the split say the city will be hurt by this action to create a new city, which was approved by the Louisiana State Supreme Court last Friday after a 5-year-long battle. And joining us on the Factor Uncensored tonight, we have with us Eugene Collins, who's the former president of the NAACP in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Eugene, you guys.
And the NAACP is controlled by the Edomites, starting with the chief house, Amalek, the Amalekites, the small hats, the 48ers. So that's even controlled by Esau. Let's continue on.
Have quite a situation there with St. George, the community now breaking off, becoming its own city after the Louisiana Supreme Court approved it. So what do you think this will do to the city of Baton Rouge?
It's confusing, right? When you look at it just on the surface, that
he says confusion. Let's pull out a precept on that. It sure is confusion when you trust in the shadow of Egypt. It's very confusing. The Most High says very confusing, Jake. The Most High say, woe to the rebellious children. You see, Jake is rebellious. Eve is rebellious. Said the Elohim, that take counsel, but not of me. You see, they taking counsel, but it's the counsel of Louisiana. You see, they taking counsel of the politicians in Louisiana. They're taking counsel of the Democratic Party. They're taking counsel of Joe Biden, you see, but not of the Most High, you see, not of me. Meaning they're not gathering with the prophets. They're not listening to the meek servants. They're not listening to the men of King David, the prophets, the apostles, the elders, the deacons, the bishops, the teachers, Salakia, the pastors of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai Mashiach heart. Not Pastor Pochop, because he worked with Esau Edom. We ain't talking about them. Not the false prophets, but the men of David. You see? And that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit. You see, Jake then took another covering. He took a covering of democracy. He took a covering of Esau educational system, his degrees. You see, he took that covering. He took a covering of voting. You see, setting another king over him. And the Most High say you're not supposed to set another king over you. We're going to get that. With a covering, you're not supposed to even vote as a Hebrew Israelite. You're not supposed to vote. You not supposed to vote. But the church make the church folk vote. You see, that's abomination in the eyes of Abba Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. You see, Barakatah. Voting, you're not supposed to vote, Israel. You ain't getting it right, but you're going to be missile food in World War III. You're going to be burning the hell on up with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin. You see, the Most High said that walk to go down into Egypt. Egypt is USA, right? The house of bondage, Exodus 20:2. The house of horrors, between a rock and a hard place, and have not asked at my mount. You see, they're not asking the prophet. That's how you ask the Most High mount, by speaking to the prophets, by asking questions, by saying what to do. You see, how do I repent? How do I be converted? How do I serve the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, my pal? What's his name? How do I keep the Shabbats, the new moon, the high holy day? How do I keep my culture and my heritage? See, they're not asking of the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob what to do. You see, to strengthen themselves. You see, our people not strengthening themselves. They trusted in oppression and the strength of Pharaoh. The Pharaoh, the Edomites, and to trust in the shadow of America. Therefore, shall the strength of Pharaoh, the strength of the Edomites, be your shame, Israel, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt, your confusion. That's why he confused. That's why he confused Israel. The Most High saying verse number 12, wherefore thus said the Holy One of Yasharallah, because ye despise this word. See, our people despise this word. They despise the book of the law. They despise the precepts. They despise the breakdowns. Because you despise the word of Abba Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shah Mashiach, right? And trust in oppression. Our people trust in oppression. Why? Because they became natural born slaves. Jeremiah 2 and 14. That's what happened to you when you trusted in Esau Edom. Now you don't want to separate from them. And perverse and stay there on. There you have it. They stuck on stupid. Stuck on stupid. Because joining hand in hand, you ain't going to make it, Israel. Proverbs 11 and 21. The Most High say, though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished. The wicked is the Edomites. Malachi 1 and 4. And 2/3 of you Israelites. Though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished. But the seed of the righteous, talking about the house of David, the elect, and 144,000. And the elect men, women, and children of Yasharallah, right? The seed of the righteous shall be delivered. They're going to be delivered on these chariots, on the cloud, what they call UFOs and IFOs, right? See, but our people continue to set these government officials over them. Continue to vote, 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 vote. You see, voting ain't it, Israel. You going to learn when the Most High jack you the hell up, right? Send them spirits that were created for vengeance upon you. Thou shalt in any wise set him a king over thee. You see, if you set a mayor over you, a mayor, that's a ruler. A king is a monarch, a ruler. Now they setting women's over them because you got women mayors, you got women governors. They're not just set. Now they setting women's over them. You can't make this up, right? Thou shalt in any wise set him a king over thee, whom the Elohim thy Yahweh shall choose. The Most High have chosen prophets. Starting with King David, starting with Yahweh Shah, who is King of Kings, Elohim of Elohim, who is our Alpha and Omega, right? Our governor, right? From Salaka, one from among thy brethren. It got to be a Hebrew Israelite king over you, Israel, not an Edomite, not a Shedemite, not a Moabite, not a Hamite, not a Cushite, not an Ishmaelite, but a Hebrew Israelite who the Most High will select, who he would choose, Israel. Shalt thou set king over thee, thou mayest not set a stranger. Esau is a stranger, but they vote all day for strangers. You see, they voting for Donald DJ Trump. You see, they voting for Creepy Joe. They voting for all type of Edomites. You see, over them, which is not thy brother Israel. How clear could the Most High be? What more you want? Let's continue on with that clip.
There's so many unknowns to the city of Baton Rouge. So already what it has done is severely confuse the residents. And the biggest concern that I've seen so far is about where do people send their kids to school, right? Because you have a ton of folks that live in that area that if a new school district is established over the next 2 years, I mean, you got some legacy things, the folks that might have went to some of the...
All hell breaking loose. Jake worrying about school. He worrying about Esau curriculum. All hell breaking loose. America is through. For Esau is the end of the world, right? What the hell you worrying about with the school, about school, when America is through? This place is finished. Jake worrying about the wrong thing. Jake worrying about the wrong thing. Second Ezra 6 and 8. Let's start at verse 9. Just to get straight to the point. For Esau is the end of the world. America is through. Esau rulership and kingdom is through. AI taking over. You got the robots taking over. AI. What the hell Jake worrying about that for? You need to be worrying about his salvation. His salvation is nearer than what he believed, right? Romans 13 and 11. Jake not worrying about his salvation. He worrying about the schools. For Esau is and Esau separating himself from them. You just can't. He think it's about the school. It's much bigger than that. He ain't worrying. He ain't paying attention to Satan devices, right? All he can think about is schools. That's it. For Esau is the end of the world, the end of an eon, the end of a rulership, the end of an age, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followed. We got next, Jake. Israel got next. Yasharallah got next. Jacob got next. Yaquab got next. You need to be worried about the kingdom to come. Jake worrying about the wrong thing. That's why he ain't gonna make it.
The inner city magnet schools that now maybe have to go to school in St. George, and those families are up in the air. So what is already caused, in my opinion, is severe confusion. And I think some of the dangers of it futuristic.
He confusing this whole segment. You see what America will do for you, this whore, that woman, baby, that woman, that strange woman. You see what that woman will do for you, Lady Liberty, that whore. He drunk off the why he drunk. This man is drunk off the philosophies of the democracy, of the ideology of Babylon. He drunk. This man is drunk. You see, he's not sober minded. He don't know what the hell going on. You see, if you drunk, you're not gonna make it. This what the wine will do for you. Let's go tell y'all with that clip.
Basically, as you continue to further divide and all